This is the Rocky Mountain Crafter with you today. I'm so glad that you could join me. Today I'm doing a really fun video on my favorite crafty tools. Not just tools, but technique making utensils or paraphernalia, the things that work for me. Now, I do know that we are all different. But on the flip side of that, maybe you've been watching some of my videos and have seen me use some of these tools and just want to know a little bit more information about them before you make the purchase. I'm also going to talk about some of my favorite crafty companies, the quality of the products that they sell, and also about my storage slash craft room idea, solution, organization, all that stuff. So I do hope that you can join me on this fun, tool-friendly, organization-friendly video today. See you on the flip side. Welcome once again to the Rocky Mountain Crafter, and here we are on the flip side. So let's start with this. So I do a lot of video making. Now, for somebody that's not making videos, maybe it's not that important, but actually I'm at a crossroads right now. I don't know what you guys want to see. So if we start with this, but I'd really appreciate in the comments if you told me what you like to see. So I've recently decided on the pink, but the problem is that I have my aught light on here, you see, and if I shut the aught light off, I don't get that reflection. But sometimes there's one right at the top, right up here, and there isn't right now, but there usually is. And so I cover that with whatever. Let me see if I can make it happen here. There we go. So then I cover this as I'm making videos with my Simon Says brush cleaning tool. That's what this is, which I actually really like. So this is one of my crafty things. But anyways, this seems like the in thing right now is for the background to be black, but it's just not working for me. So today I just decided on the pink. Do you guys like the pink? Here, I'll turn the light back on. I also have this wood, but there again, it is showing the reflection a little bit. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So yes, back to this crafty tool. I do use this a lot. I put my ink pads on it to hold my ink pad. Let me just grab one of those, just like that. Then you could just take off the lid with one hand. Now, some of the ink pads that you have may not be this style where you just need to take off the lid. Let's check another brand. Some of the ink pads are a you know, flip style, like a compact. This one was a little harder. I needed two hands for that. Maybe I just haven't worked it in enough. No, it's a little harder. It needs two hands. So anyways, how about we talk about ink pads right now then? My favorite is Catherine Pooler. So I do have a selection of ink pads. The reason I like Catherine Pooler's is because of this well, one is the shape. It's very easy to stamp. Like it's like perfect stamping every time. It's like an ink pad that's made for dummies. There's no other way to put it. It's like perfect stamping every time. It has this nice, thick, juicy ink pad that just gives you a solid, clean, crisp image every single time. Whereas some of the other ones, this one here is the old style. It's not sponge in the way that the Catherine Poolers are. Then I have some other ones. Let's look at a new style Stampin' Up, which they're sponge, but they're a lot thinner, and the shape isn't as nice. I really like the Catherine Pooler shape for the edges. And so these do everything that the Tim Holtz inks do, just in a different style and a different shape of ink pad. I also have some Concord and Ninth, which are a sponge. They're almost as thick, but again, the shape isn't right. I like to get in all those small little spots with the very tip of this. So that's why I did a lot of research, and I really love the Catherine Poolers. So let's put those aside. Now, when we talk about these here, these brush cleaners, there are cheap ones that you can buy at Canadian Tire. I live in Canada. This is the Canadian Tire version. I'm sure there's some that you could buy at Michael's or whatever crafty store you might have, or even your hardware store. That's what Canadian Tire is. It's a hardware store, similar to a hardware store. They sell more than just hardware, but These here, I don't know, they're just better quality. They're thicker. They're more craft friendly. I can't explain it. You would have to buy both and see what I mean. These ones here are a little stiffer. Yeah, so I would definitely go with the Simon Says. Now they have them in more colors now too, which is wonderful. Something simple, a garbage can. Now this is a Stampin' Up! Garbage can, but they sell these at the dollar store. They fold in on themselves like this so that they stay down. And yeah, I just keep this right on my desk. Other things that I love. This is just a tool caddy. And in this tool caddy, I have some of my favorite tools. I bought this tool caddy off of Amazon, but I'm sure that there are many places that sell this tool caddy and it's not terribly expensive. I have my large pair of scissors. I use these when my straight edge sticks out of my card front just a little bit and I don't want it to on the card base, if you know what I mean. So then I just use my straight edge to cut it. My let's see here. I keep a paintbrush in here. This is for flicking off embossing powder that is not supposed to be there when I'm doing embossing. I keep my tweezers in here, my glue, a water brush. Yeah, so I just have my favorite tools right in there. I also love my ATG gun. This is my preferred form of adhesive. There is no other adhesive I would rather use. I use this for nearly everything. A lot of people use liquid, but I don't. I really do prefer this ATG gun. We're different. If you have a different adhesive that you prefer, that's quite all right. I keep wipes. I keep wipes right at my desk. It's nice to wipe everything off right at my desk if I need to, especially my hands. But this little bad boy, this is for cleaning off stamps. So when you have a stamp that needs to be cleaned off, let's just get one out here. Yep. Yeah, it's just quick and easy. You get it wet and then it dries. These are called stamp chamois. There are several companies that sell these. These particular ones are from Close to My Heart. They come all nice and brand new and one solid color, but as you use them, they get all marked up like that, which is perfectly fine. They still work just fine. You have to get them wet every time you sit down to craft. Get them wet. They clean off your stamps beautifully. Not only that, you get a little bit on your hands. It's okay to wipe your hands on that too. Right at my fingertips. Well, I'll show you guys this after. Okay, my next favorite thing. Well, I'm going to take you over here for a minute. I'm going to take you over to these two tools. I use these a lot. This is my large guillotine. I just bought it off of Amazon. And you know what? Today I was looking for the brand name for it and I couldn't find it anywhere. I was trying to find the brand name to tell you guys what it is. Couldn't find it. But anyways, if you can judge by a picture, I really like this one. It cuts straight. A lot of people have issues with cutting straight from guillotines, like the bar here isn't straight or the lines aren't straight. With this one, it cuts straight every time. Secondly is my big shot over here, which it's big, so I keep these items on a table by themselves. Thirdly, I have this embossing powder little palette here that I love. So whenever I'm embossing something with powder, now I would pull this over to my desk, but I do have it here and I just really like to keep it all contained in here, and then it has this quick pour spout so I can just pour it back into the container afterwards. And I do love my Wow embossing powders. I just find that the quality of them, like, I'm not here to cut down any companies, but I just find that the quality of the Wow seems to be a much better quality than a lot of the other embossing powders out there. So Wow is definitely a company that I am for. Next, back over here, I'm just going to go through some of my crafty storage solutions. So I do have all the Stampin' Up! Inks and all of the Catherine Poolers. Now, honestly, since I bought Catherine Poolers, I haven't used hardly any of the Stampin' Up! And you can tell a lot of them are the older style, which I haven't been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for some time now. I have all the re-inkers up there, and I do love the Calyx. So I got these Calyx on sale, but some people prefer drawers, some people prefer cupboards. I really like the Calyx. I like the setup of having my table here and then all of my crafty tools behind me. Everything that I need, most of the stuff that I need is right behind me. So some people want to do a desk at a wall, but then you're limited to how much stuff you can have within arm's reach. Whereas this, I feel like I'm able to have twice as much at arm's reach because of the setup of this. So here I just have some, these are just storage paper holders from a craft shop that was closing out. And I don't even know what the brand name of those is, but you could find something similar and use that. Some people don't store their cardstock up and down like that. They store it flat. Then I have, for scrap, I have the drawers right here for my scraps. So these just hold all my large pieces of scrap paper right there, so I don't have to pull out a brand new piece of paper every time. I have some messy ribbon on the floor there. I used to have that set up nice, but I hardly use that anymore. Here I have all of my pattern papers just in, also in like a wire rack, and they are laying flat because they're a little thinner, so they wouldn't, and I want to keep them more organized. So here I have in a bin behind me, right behind where I sit, I keep this bin of all the stuff I want to use soon that maybe came in the mail recently and I haven't had a chance to use yet. So here it all is. So it's sitting here waiting for me to use and then file. Because of the nature of the Calyx, I have all my Stampin' Up! Punches there. So a lot of us, we all started off with a stamping company like Stampin' Up! Are close to my heart, but now we've transitioned. So I do still have a lot of those supplies, as you might as well. And so that's how I organize them. All of my pens. So my stepdad, he's very gifted with wood. He made this here for me, and he makes these for me, which are like ink storage solutions on a Lazy Susan for the Calyx. And I'm sorry, I don't know where else you could get them. If you know William Bates in Kelowna, yeah, he's a superstar of these. So he's absolutely just amazing. And then I keep all of the color families. I sort all of my inks by Roy G. Biv, as you can see. But then they do have color families. So I keep all of those color families on the side. Just so that if I wanted to make a Christmas card, for example, and I want to use, you know, like the classic Christmas green, this one here, Deck the Halls, and Cranberry Fizz, classic red, but they don't, you know, looking at this, you can't really tell what goes with what. Well, then there's all the color families right there. I can just grab a set of inks from one color family and they'll all coordinate. Another thing that I've been doing lately, I've been getting kits. So sometimes, like when you're going out, I have a lot of nieces and that love to craft. So like if they say to me, Auntie, can you please bring some crafty stuff? So then I'll just grab one of my kits. And it's not just for that reason. I mean, there's lots of reasons to have kits. Simon Says puts out great kits. Altenew puts out great kits. There's so many companies that put out great kits. And then I add to them. So this is more than what came in the kit. But, you know, this is a birthday kit that I have. I bought this kit from Simon Says with most of these supplies in it. And it's a birthday kit, and I can take it out there. It has stencils, it has die cuts, it has papers, it has stamps, it has, I print off all of the instructions or examples that have been made. So an embossing folder, more die cuts, more stencils, some cardstock that matches. I take this kit out there and we can make seriously dozens of cards with the supplies that are in here. And every card can be completely different because of the supplies that are in here. And it's nice too, when I come down to my craft room, sometimes I don't want to play with the newest, latest and greatest. Sometimes I just want to make a birthday card for a friend. And I just pull out this kit and can just, everything's right there. So here's my, you know, everybody's into sequins lately. I don't really have a great storage solution for sequins. I just am putting them in here and, you know, rifling through them when I need them. The other thing that I do have a little bit of a solution for, and it's fairly cheap, is your bling. I love bling. Who doesn't love bling? This is my big book of sparkles. So all that this is a binder, a big one, like a 3.5 inch, like huge, as big as you can get. And do you remember these old photo pages? These were in the photo albums of the 80s and 90s, and they have this plastic on them. Well, all that you do is you put in all of your bling, and these are cheap to find now. Like you can find these on your Swap and Buy or Kijiji or Craigslist for cheap. People want to get rid of them. And so that's what I did. I just bought some of these albums and I put all my bling in there. And whenever I need bling, here it is. I can just decorate my cards, find the color of embellishment that I need, rifle through my big book of sparkles. And yeah, that is one of my favorite things. So back to the, well, I'll show you my camera setup. If you're wanting to do camera videos, this is the easiest thing. I see all these people online, and all the power to them. Everyone's different, but this was so easy. It's an aught light. I believe it's aught, maybe. Yeah, it's an aught light. Yep. And I got it on Amazon, and it has the magnifying glass. So I just put you guys over top of the magnifying glass, and there you are. Now we'll go back to the pink because I like the pink. This is the easiest way to do videos. It works for me, and there's no special fancy big camera setup. Anyways, back to this. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite tools. This is it here. So this thing does everything. Okay, first of all, it comes with these magnets, all right? So let's just get us a scrap piece of paper here, a scrap piece of cardstock. I'm just gonna grab a scrap piece of cardstock right here, okay? And I will show you everything that this does. So it has this is called the All-in-One tool by We Are Memory Keepers. And it has this piece with it. And this piece, if you flip it one way, it's flat right here because that's where your blade goes to cut. So it's flat right there. But if you flip it the other way, it puts a bumper stop there so that you can put your paper up to it. Now, with your bumper stop there and your paper up to it, it comes with a scoring tool. What is this, a bone folder? And then you can score. So there, I just scored on the 1 inch line. Can you see that right there? So we'll just give that a fold. Okay. Now, I don't want that there anymore. I'm going to use this piece of paper for something else. And so my something else requires it to be flat. So we'll just cut that off. And there we go. So now we have cut our paper. All right. Now we are going to stamp an image on here. So let's get one of our little stamps right here. This little guy, he's so cute. And let's get some of our ink that we were using earlier from Catherine Pooler. We'll just pick that up. Put it up there just a little better. Put the magnets up higher. The magnets come with the all-in-one tool. And here we're just going to stamp this little guy down. All right. And there we have this perfect little bird. He's so cute. So now maybe I want to make a tag out of this bird. So I'm just going to cut this so that it's even here. Let's just cut it so that it's, I probably did that a bit high. So we'll just pretend that we're making a tag this way, okay? That's what we'll do. It's because I did that little birdie a bit too high to make a tag that will work here. So here, we'll make a tag out of this end. So we trim that down. We'll put this has a grid on it on both sides, you can see. And we'll put a hole right in the middle of that. Now on the back side of this, it also comes with this piece. And what we're going to do is just, if you see here, this says tag. So we're going to put this and line that up to the tag part there. If you see that, tag also right there. Okay. Now what it does is it makes a line here on a diagonal. So I want to cut just a little bit of the corner off here to make a tag. So let's say I'm going to line it up to this 2-inch mark. So the whole top here gets lined up to the 2-inch mark. Okay. So 2 inches there. Now, when I flip it over, part of this is missing except the top here. We still keep in line with the 2-inch mark right there. And by doing that and cutting again, we will have made a perfectly even tag. And so you can make tags in any sizes. But this tool does more than that. It also comes with these. It comes with 4 of these. Here's 2 of them, but it does come with 4. And you can make these any sizes. You can make them big as you want, or smaller. We'll use a smaller one for this demonstration. And you just wrap a piece of ribbon around here. Whoop. Came undone. No biggie. We'll just do it again. And there you get a perfect bow every time in a matter of seconds, literally seconds. Look at how perfect and sweet that bow is. And this does other things too. It does envelopes and banners. And it comes with this guide here that shows you all that it does. It's the works. It does envelopes. It does tabs like for file folders. It does the tags that we just did. It does pom-poms. It does tassels. It does bow makers. It does a stamping tool. It does a banner and was a scoring tool, trimmer, scoreboard, all those things. So many things. Now, with this guy here that I've stamped, I'm going to show you another one of my favorite tools. So, sorry about the reflection, but I'll cover that up. There we go. And let's get our... Let's cut this guy down a little bit. Let's just trim him up just a bit. Trim him up here. Now, I like to sit at my desk as long as I can. If I don't have to get up, why do I want to get up? Sometimes I have to get up to go use my big trimmer, and sometimes I have to get up to go use my big shot. But this is the little sidekick made by Sizzix, and if I can use it and fit it on here, I will. And this little guy here, we can just line him up and cut him out. Zip, zap, done. Now, he is just the cutest. Just a cute little bird. Okay. So then I have some other crafty tools that I'd love to share with you that I just love. One of them being a Tombow marker. So these Tombow markers allow you to just pick up colors of ink. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to just pick up some ink with our Tombow. Just pick it up like that. And let me just pull up my chair and sit down. And then we're just going to color in the little scarf. I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible so that you guys aren't bored. Okay. And then I'm going to show you some of my other favorite tools. So I always go, when I'm coloring in a scarf with my Tombow, I go side to side like that so we can get a gradient effect on there. I really like that because as you're coloring, it gets lighter. Now I did kind of hurry and it's not the greatest coloring job, but you can see how it's darker at the top and lighter at the bottom, gives that gradient effect. But then what I love to do is this beautiful, beautiful invention. This is an embossing pen by American Crafts. So then you take your embossing ink and you color over top of that. And then you dip it in your Wow embossing powder. And you dip it in your Wow embossing powder and it gets all sparkly just on the scarf because that's the only place you colored. And then you get these kinds of results. So there's one little card that I made with it. And just how beautiful and wonderful that looks just on the scarves and the flowers. And here's another one. And you can see here how I did the gradient on that scarf, how it's darker at the top, and same with this one, darker at the top than at the bottom. Yeah, and another beautiful thing about those Catherine Pooler inks is that there's a technique that is I guess, unique to Catherine Pooler called swinking. So swinking is when you swipe your ink on the outside of your card. So you take a white card background, which I've done here, and I swinked all around the edge with the actual ink pad, and it leaves a flawless look every time in the color that you need. So these two colors here, the brown and the brown of the words match exactly. And all that was swinking. I'm just going to give you guys just a tiny demonstration of that, okay? So let's do some swinking. Let's swink, shall we? Shall we swink? Okay, let's take a piece of cardstock and let's do the glam. How about we don't do brown? Yeah, how about we do the glam? Glam is beautiful. It's a brand new color. And we're just gonna swink. Let's just swink all around the edge, just like this. And Catherine Pooler's inks are very much like Tim Holtz Distress. Not the Distress Oxides, because those leave a little bit of a hazy film, but they're designed to do that. But these ones here, they act a lot like Tim Holtz Distress. So then let's just cut us a little bit of a card panel. Now this is another thing that I like, is this little teeny tiny We Are Memory Keepers guillotine cutter. I love this. I love, love, love this because it stays on my desk. It's at arm's reach. I can just cut it to size when I want. So this is probably, let's measure. The other thing too, I want to measure this card. This is 5.5, so that's your typical card size. So here we'll go to 5, 4 3/4. Well, 4.5. Go to 4.5 so we can see a nice edge on that card. I don't know how wide this is, but it doesn't matter. We're just gonna show you what swinking looks like. So there you have it. Oh, that's so pretty. So then, yeah, your ink colors can match exactly when you do the Catherine Pooler swinking technique. I love that. Some other companies that I really, really like are Simon Says Stamp Company. They have a lot of really, really great quality stamps. So they do some rubber. In the birthday kit that I showed you, there was some Simon Says in there. But they do rubber stamps. They just have really good quality stuff. Same with Tim Holtz, of course. Really good quality items. My newest favorite one is Waffle Flower. They have amazing stuff and these folders and their matching dies. And some of their stuff comes with these folders. So I've put some pieces of paper in here that I'd already cut out with and stamped with this set. But it comes with a pocket for the dies and a pocket for the stamps. How brilliant is that? I love that. Another one is, of course, Catherine Pooler. And these are just some stamp sets and matching dies. There's the dies, and you saw me use one earlier, and stamp sets. Again, great quality, great designs. There's just so many wonderful stamp companies out there right now. For paper, I really like the Stampin' Up paper. It just is, it has like a smooth finish to it. I'm sure there are other papers out there. I'm still buying from a Stampin' Up demonstrator this paper once in a while. You know, I'll stock up on it. And other little things to show you are my stepdad. Oh yeah, put you back here. So my stepdad and his amazing talent of wood making. I call this the Willy because, you know, there's ones out there called the Debbie tool or the Chucky tool. I call mine the Willy because, of course, it was a Willy that made it for me. It's actually Bill, but I think it's more fun to call it a Willy. And he custom made it because I prefer pink in my craft room and my mom prefers teal. So he made her a teal one and he made me a pink one. And then there's other little things just to show you. I'll just grab one other thing since I'm thinking of it. Simon Says Stamp has started coming out with these holographic envelopes. And sometimes in your kit you get them for free. So I think there was a promotional one time where if you ordered a minimum order and you put in the code, you'd get a set for free. So like, who doesn't want to receive this in the mail? These are amazing. So anyways, that pretty much wraps up my favorite things in a video for you guys. If I think of anything else, I will gladly share it with you. Again, if you guys could tell me, yes, please tell me. Do you like the pink? Do you like the wood? I think that has a reflection. I don't love that, but maybe you guys do. Or the black, which for these two, I would have to do my videos without the light on, and then they're tolerable. But yeah, let me know what you like. Okay, and if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, please do hit the subscribe button. Or hit the bell, or both. That would be wonderful. And I thank you guys so much for watching today. Do take care and have a lovely crafty time. Bye-bye.